It's a big four weekend. What else needs to be said? NXT TakeOver Toronto 2019, WWE SummerSlam, Trish Stratus, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Found out who was trying to kill him for the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, he isn't listed to be on the card, and me and Darnell are still kind of trying to figure out who the hell this era is supposed to belong to. But that's okay. That's okay. Because we got 5 great matches that are probably going to keep stealing the show back to back to back in NXT TakeOver. And we have Goldberg's back. Kick back into YouTube and God, why is Goldberg back? Ladies and germs, I'm not even going to do it with the long intro because we're giving you what you want. We're giving you what you need. We're giving you that week of content, that big week of content. I think this is like the third one or the fourth. I don't know. It's too many. It's too many. But Darnell, speaking of too many, it's too legit to quit. 2 pay-per-views and 1 weekend. Big 4, baby. How you feeling?
I'm good.
Darnell? We got 2 pay-per-views to get to, so you tell me what you want to talk about as far as TV goes so we can get through it.
Well, to be quite honest, I kind of wanted to go ahead and just dive into NXT since that would be the first one up,
So you want to just talk about the TV as we go with SummerSlam, or
We'll do it like that.
Okay, great, perfect. NXT TakeOver Toronto 2019. I think this is the 3rd NXT TakeOver in Toronto. I know for sure it's at least the 2nd because Shinsuke Nakamura debuted at the first one. And on the card right now, same old, the traditional way that Triple H likes to build his pay-per-views, only 5 matches. And every match matters. Again,
this Wednesday on TakeOver, you wasn't really much going on because they're preparing for TakeOver. They did a lot of video packages for certain matches. We did have the contract signing that opened up TakeOver between the Street Profits and Undisputed Era.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for that match. I'm looking for that match to be the stiller.
Oh yeah, Street Profits have been on the main roster a lot as of late. That could be the kiss of death, or, maybe because they have a lot of personality and they've literally been able to knock it out the park with all their little summary segments that they've been doing. I don't know. I hope that, they have more of a plan and maybe they learned from the mistakes of Viking Raiders. That being said, Undisputed Era, like I said, way in the beginning of the year, they've got a while. They've got a long while. And just like I think the last TakeOver pay-per-view, these are 2 of 4 Undisputed Era members that have a title match, Darnell. The only difference is the last pay-per-view, they were going over until the last match. They were going over until the leader had to get the train back on the tracks. They were going over until they won the NXT World title. So now the question is, are the others going to follow suit, starting with the tag team? What say you?
This is a tough one. Watching that segment that opened up NXT, Street Profits brought they brought more intensity. When you thought they couldn't get more intense, they brought more intensity. It's tough because really, Street Profits, they defended their titles on NXT, but they haven't defended their titles on the pay-per-view. So it's like their first big title defense on the big stage. And yet again, to your point, Undisputed Era, they almost got shut out at TakeOver 25. And yet again, they had another TakeOver, and all 4 members got a title match. But for me, I think I'm gonna roll with the Street Profits.
How many title defenses have the Street Profits had on TV? I forget.
2. There was the Forgotten Sons, Ernie and Larkin, and then Undisputed Era. They just stood there. They waited to now to get their match.
You see, the tricky part about this dynamic is Street Profits have been on the main roster. I don't know if this is trying to integrate NXT as a third brand in the wild card rule thing, or I don't know if this is like the slow but steady strategy of getting them introduced. I think that Undisputed Era all having title matches in the second pay-per-view in a row means something. I don't think that a stable gets matches in back-to-back pay-per-views when every pay-per-view is only 4 to 5 matches. So this is literally it's dangerously close to a rehash of the last pay-per-view. And I don't think that Triple H takes that risk. I don't think that William Regal and the rest of the creative team at NXT takes that risk unless there's going to be some kind of payoff for it. I'm looking at the math here, and I think it's a better chance of Undisputed Era winning than Street Profits retaining when you look at all of the factors surrounding this contest.
Also, I'm already disagreeing.
Yeah, well, that's good because we're probably going to keep disagreeing because when you gotta remember, Donald, this is like the first takeover where a stable has gone back to back and having title matches in every match. Well, just about every match. Sanity had a chance, but they never pulled the trigger. Instead, they did the Freebird rule. They never let Eric Young strike out on his own. So this is like uncharted territory. Now, see, the main roster does it all the time. The main roster will give you the same pay-per-view 3 times and try to make you feel excited about it 3 different times. NXT, though, it has to make you think. That being said, Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong would be a hell of a thing to go back-to-back with. It's a regular triple threat match, but see, WWE has been doing their triple threat matches differently. See, back in the day, while everybody was trying to figure out how could you count somebody out in a triple threat match, how could somebody get DQ'd in a triple threat match, who wins and who loses, WWE has now basically said triple threat matches are hardcore matches. Triple threat matches are street fights. We don't know who to DQ and who to count out, so anything goes. That being said, Roderick Strong, Velveteen Dream, and Pete Dunne, that can also tear the house down, Darnell.
I think it's time. I think it's time. The fact that Pete Dunne came out of nowhere after losing the UK title, and this came back to NXT, that says something. That says something. I don't know what it is, but I think it's time.
When you look at Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, you're either looking at a guy who was just champ for 2 years, or you're looking at that final piece of Undisputed Era to get the job done. When you look at Velveteen Dream, and you also think that, Darnell, this is a Big 4 pay-per-view weekend. We know what the Raw after a Big 4 pay-per-view is like. And right now, already in the first 2 matches we're talking about, we got Street Profits and Velveteen Dream. We got somebody who literally wore tights that said, "Call me up, Vince," before he had ever won a single piece of gold in that promotion. Triple threat matches already have a 66% chance of the champion losing. But then it's a Big 4 pay-per-view. And then they try to go balls to the walls and figure out how to get Raw's ratings up, how to be more exciting, how to do this, how to do that. Again, it's not always being the smart mark. Sometimes you have to look at the factors around the match. Vegas just doesn't go off of us, right? They don't just go to random betting sites and fantasy sites and look at the point. No. There's things around the match you have to look at, Darnell, and Velveteen Dream has been in NXT for quite some time, building up that character. And now that he's proven that he could be a champion with that character, what else does he have to do? What else does he have to prove? That being said, who do we think is going to beat him for it?
I got strong.
I'm going with the narrative. You can pretty much predict what I'm going to say when we talk about the main event. I think it's
All right, I know what you're going. We're gonna see. We're gonna see when we get to that because I gotta talk about that. But let's go to a non-title match, shall we?
Yes, the class.
The long non-title match. Not much build, but who needs much build in this one? Candice LeRae looks to get her hands on Io Shirai after what Io Shirai did to her at the last TakeOver.
Which kind of sort of was the build.
It's hard to say, but you know, I think I'm gonna go with Io Shirai. You just turned heel, so you cannot lose your first match as a heel.
Yeah, Io Shirai lost her tag team partner to the main roster. And with that, she kind of sort of had a pseudo tag team partner, then turned on her. I think the whole new look thing, the whole new character thing, I think this is a creative investment in this legendary performer's talent. It's one of those things where the main roster in NXT, it sucks to say because everybody goes for the grab the brass ring and all that other stuff and like not being complacent in the American rat race. But it's really a sort of wait your turn thing in WWE. And Io Shirai, time flew, Darnell. I mean, she's already been in the company for over a year and a half, hasn't she? It's round about time for her to get the chance to do her own thing. And when I look at Candice LeRae, this is also her chance to do something significant. Just because we both think that Candice LeRae is going to lose this match doesn't mean that Candice LeRae cannot benefit extremely from this match. This match probably isn't going to open the pay-per-view. With that, she's going to have to follow a damn good match if that tag team match opens the pay-per-view. So they're already going to have the opportunity and the momentum to do something special wherever they are on the card because they probably going to be opening up. I think this is going to be a very good match. I don't know if it's going to be a steal the show match. I don't think it's going to be the best match on the card, but this is going to be a very good match. And I think it's going to benefit both performers long term as they start to figure out who they are in the WWE system.
And speaking of women,
That segue.
Dallas, I don't know how many times we picked against this woman.
Segue.
But she keeps on winning. I said from now on she'll be known as the queen of NXT because she just beats everybody. It just doesn't matter. Shayna Baszler is defending her title again at another TakeOver, this time against Mia Yim. I'm going to give you a first crack at it.
I honestly don't know if or when they are ever going to call Shayna Baszler up. Like NXT might just be like a legitimate third brand now. Like I don't see why or how Mia Yim would get the win at her first crack at Shayna Baszler. I don't see how or why, just all the feuds Shayna Baszler has had, all the people that Shayna Baszler has faced. It's one of those things where it's like Mia Yim has an extensive resume herself. Mia Yim has been doing it for a long time. The only thing is, bruh, it would have to be a severe caught slipping moment. And they've been building this up as Mia Yim routinely catching people slipping. But Darnell, I don't know. We usually pick against her, just like Jets fans always pick against the Patriots. But brother, I think this is one of those times where it's like, I'll take the safe bet. It wouldn't make much sense to me for Shayna Baszler to lose. This isn't a filler feud. I think this is more so using the champion to help build up the roster because nobody knows when the hell she's actually going to leave. But I don't this at least has to go another 2 matches.
I opened that up because they did a video package of this match. And Shayna Baszler made this statement. The women's division of NXT is more talented than it's ever been. And she said she's the champion. You know what that told me? That told me you did your job. The women have gotten better since you became champion. So unfortunately, I'ma still be that Jets fan. And I'm picking Mia Yim. Because one thing I do know about WWE and Dallas, you should agree to this. They don't tell you everything about who's going to come up.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at it.
Remember, Mia Yim already took out both her henchmen already. They are both injured.
Yeah.
So it's just Baszler and Yim one-on-one.
And to further bolster your point, Becky Lynch is facing Natalya. She's facing a Natalya that has basically turned heel for this feud in a submission match. Guys, let's be real. Not jumping ahead, but dude, we have to. Dude, Becky Lynch is about to face Natalya in a submission match the same week she got announced as a cover athlete for WWE 2K20. Shayna Baszler is in a title match against somebody who already took out her two partners. And it's going to be a pure one-on-one affair. Like Darnell just said, you don't know who they're going to call up. But like I said earlier, there is a Raw that's going to happen after SummerSlam. And there are a lot of people having championship matches that you've been wondering for a while, when the hell are they going to get called up? Out of everybody that we talked about so far, Darnell, Street Profits, Velveteen Dream, and Shayna Baszler, dude, that Natalya feud ain't going to last that long. At the same time, the way Ember Moon's been going out, I don't think the Bayley feud's going to last that long. You got two champions right now who could have a very pissed off visitor on the post SummerSlam shows. So,
and then there's one match to go. NXT Championship 2 out of 3 falls match.
It's really
Adam Cole, Johnny.
It's a 3.
Johnny got 3. You call it 3 stages of hell, but they spoke to William Regal on NXT. He did not give the third stipulation. You know what that tells me?
It's gonna be
1-1 apiece.
Yeah, that is kind of a telegraph, especially because Adam Cole said that he wanted a straight up wrestling match as his match. So I mean, that it's like, come on, bro. Like, okay, so wait a minute, we're gonna have a street fight. They're gonna have a regular match, and then William Regal isn't gonna tell us the final stipulation, but this is a world title match at the end of it. Okay. The only way you could have telegraphed this more if you just randomly have a freaking cage at the start of the show, just hanging above it. Hey, what's that for?
I think that's what it's gonna be, or it could be a second. Either way,
it has to be first ever.
We're gonna see it open it, and it's gonna be like, oh, so that's the third stipulation.
I mean, Darnell, I can't hate the hustle because I'm just glad that WWE let us wait. I'm glad that we're not gonna find out. I hope we don't find out on Twitter. I'm glad we're not gonna find out on Twitter. I'm glad that they're just not gonna give it away. I'm glad that we're actually gonna hey, what's that thing at the start of the show? Or hey, it's been 2 hours. It's 1-1. What is it? And another thing, Darnell, that's actually I can't believe it. Before we actually get into the schematics of the match, Cole already chose a singles match, so we're not even gonna get the regular Vince McMahon whoop-de-doo. No, there is already a singles match. A regular match will not be the third stipulation. A one fall to the finish, best man. We did not wait months for that. No, it is gonna be something, an actual something for real, and William Regal's gonna think of it.
Think about it. I think they're gonna open up with that wrestling match, and then they're gonna go into the street fight. So you are going from one to the other, no matter what.
It will.
So that third is somewhere in the middle.
I hope it's a ladder match.
Ooh. Oh.
Bro, imagine that. Open up with a regular singles match, transition to a street fight, then just put it up on a ladder. I mean, just hang it up and just imagine the progression of the match. You go from wrestling then you go from all the things and just like what it means. Because, dude, if our predictions are correct, Adam Cole can't lose. You can't be the leader and lose your belt. Everybody can't have gold and you can't. You're going to get cooed out. You're going to start seeing the desperation and all the trickery after Gargano maybe gets the first fall. And that's another tricky thing about picking this match, because there's a tie break in this match, Darnell. Because it's 203 falls. We got to pick out the spread. We got to figure out who's going to get the first fall, who's going to get the second fall, and who's going to get the third fall.
You know what I think it is? To be honest, I think if they do open up with the wrestling match first, I think Gargano wins that one.
I think that's when the desperation starts. Gargano's going to win the regular match, and that's when Adam Cole's going to get desperate, and that's when he's going to realize he has to win 2 straight. He's going to go balls to the walls in the street fight. And then that third stipulation, both men are just going to be like, my God.
No, when I say that, and I think if that does happen and the street fight is second, Undisputed Era going to make their presence felt.
Oh, yeah, especially if Adam Cole loses the first one. So that's what's going to be interesting if they do it the other way and open up with the street fight, because why wouldn't Undisputed Era? What allies does Johnny Gargano have? Who are Johnny Gargano's allies right now? His wife is going to be, probably beaten within an inch of her life early in the night. Tommaso Ciampa is not cleared for competition, and even
that's the funny thing, because we didn't have an unexpected return, so I don't even know what they got planned. If somebody was to return that TakeOver,
it would still be like 4-on-2 though.
It would be 4-on-2,
unless Eric Young could swing that way off of Raw. I don't even know why they put him on Raw, but I mean, there's not even that much history there between Undisputed Era and Sanity, so I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because they could just do the old Triple H finishes where they beat him within an inch of his life in the street fight match at second, and then William Regal reluctantly says the third stipulation. Oh wow, dude, how many boos would Adam Cole get if they just put the ladder over Johnny Gargano and he climbed up to get it, and Johnny didn't even move the whole quote unquote match? That's Jeff Jarrett in 2006 Heat. Kids, Google Jeff Jarrett, King of the Mountain in 2006 if you want to know what it's like for somebody to be truly hated. They had to escort him out the arena, Darnell. Universal Studios in Orlando, that was a good time. That was a good era.
No, they did video packages, and Johnny Gargano was at the Performance Center walking the halls talking what the pictures in the hall mean to NXT and what he's trying to do. Why Adam Cole, he's defending his title everywhere he goes. So if we really count house, I think Adam Cole is at maybe 10 defenses.
Did he defend on one of the Evolve shows?
He defended there. He defended all over Europe. He defended against Keith and Matt Riddle.
Dude, he did it when he was North American champion too. His first defense as North American champion was at an Evolve show. Adam Cole is a quote unquote bad guy. Adam Cole is somebody we're not supposed to. But dude, Adam Cole is he's actually a fighting champion, which is weird because it's he's done it in other promotions. He's about to do it in another country. I don't remember Gargano having that many defenses.
I believe Dallas is going with Cole, meaning the Undisputed Era will join the New Day and the club as stables with all the gold. Am I correct?
Yep. At least for 16 hours, there will be 3 stables on 3 brands that have all the gold.
I'm going Gargano.
Oh. So even with the possibility of Undisputed Era making their presence known in the street fight match.
See, the thing is, since we don't know who's getting called up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Street Profits keep their titles. You know, they ain't going nowhere no time soon, so they'll still be in Toronto. Undisputed Era, you know, they are heels, right? So what do they get upset and start, you know, having a brawl after the match? And then later on, they come in and get involved with the championship.
So basically, the end of the Raw 2 weeks ago could happen in the match.
Yes.
So wait a minute, your whole pick. Wait a minute. So you're picking Gargano, but your basis of picking Gargano is A, off the fact that we don't know who's getting called up, and B, you're banking on NXT to use a befuddled and cluster F of a Raw angle to end a show, to end a TakeOver pay-per-view that involves the world title?
That's part of the main reason. I think Gargano is at a state where his NXT run was not that long.
He was the first Triple Crown champion, though. It's not. You're not supposed to be in developmental forever.
You're not, but I think they gonna build Gargano even more in NXT. Because I don't think Gargano's gonna get called up. I think, to be honest, I might think Adam Cole and Gargano might get called up at the same time.
Adam Cole is definitely going to get called up. I don't know if it's going to take him getting kicked out the group or if the group breaking up, but Adam Cole, he has it. They just, for whatever reason, you know, maybe it's his size. Maybe it's the fact that he was in Ring of Honor for a while. I don't know, because a lot of Ring of Honor guys are succeeding, quote unquote. You know, ratings are in the crap right now, and a lot of guys who are in the main event picture right now are the guys that people wanted for the independent scene. But with that being said, like, you know, Adam Cole, he's proven that he can do it. He's proven that he can lead a stable. He's proven that he can be a main eventer. He's proven that he can put on the good matches, all that good stuff. They're still looking for the Shawn Michaels of this era. Like the true Shawn Michaels, not just to use it in like an angle Shawn Michaels. They're looking for that smaller guy that can get it done because it's a new era, Darnell. There's not a lot of giants anymore. So, like, with that being said, Johnny Gargano, they're either going to wait to call him up with Tommaso Ciampa as a tag team because they're both on the smaller side, or he may have a long-term problem on his hands because this might be one of the few times where somebody wins a world title and it might not be a good thing for them in the long term. If he wins a championship at a 2 out of 3 falls match, which is really a 3 stages of hell match, and they do what they did the last 2 out of 3 falls match, where basically he just kicks out of everything and Undisputed Era interferes and he still ends up winning, that's not good. That's not good at all. Because what you're doing is you're making Adam Cole look bad and redundant in NXT, which is developmental, which means he may be getting called up soon. So why would he need to still look good when he's not going to be there anymore? Johnny Gargano looking like a hero that overcomes all that the second time against the same team. Why does he need to look so strong and developmental? That actually might be a very, very bad thing if Johnny Gargano wins in the long term. Because, you're talking about a dude in Tommaso Ciampa who's like a 10-plus year vet, maybe even more. I don't want to shortchange him. You're talking like a 12, 15-plus year vet coming off of a major neck surgery. How long is Gargano going to have to wait for DIY to get back together?
So you got O'Reilly and Fish winning. I got the Profits. We both got Strong. We both got Io Shirai. You got Bates. I'm going Yim. You got Cole. I got Gargano.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's a long process. It's a hard, thought-out process. Yeah, I know. I was there. From March of this year, thinking about how I'm going to do this, doing all my research, trying to get everything right. What platforms can we use and how we going to record it and how we going to make it sound good and make it all this happen. And then I came upon Anchor. The Anchor app on my phone, the easiest choice I could ever make to do a podcast. It's free to use. You don't gotta pay for nothing. You can record episodes whenever you're ready. You can edit it, and then you can release them when you want to. And you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how you're going to distribute it on other platforms, because Anchor has partnerships with Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Cast, whatever you name it. Because the Playmakers Ball podcast is the podcast that I use. We are on all them platforms. We are on 9 platforms just by using the Anchor app. So pretty much all the questions that you have questions about doing a podcast, go to the Anchor app or go to the Anchor website, anchor.fm.com, and just search through it, ask questions. Because I tell you, a free app that does all this, there's nothing more you can ask for. I even got friends, they doing their podcast on the Anchor app. Faith Talk, you might have heard of it because it's very good. And it's great that it's an app like this, it's a website like this that makes it easier for people to do podcasts and do what they love best, talking about the things that they love to talk about. So give Anchor a try. Say how much you like it. We'll love to hear your podcast.
All right, so this is the thing that you wanted to do. So have you tallied up the spread yet, like where we are right now?
Surprisingly, I am still up by 1 match.
Well, that'll change at least by Saturday. Now I might go back under Sunday.
So right now I got a 1-match lead, surprisingly, and I'm trying to remember which match it was from the last from Extreme.
What are the totals?
I don't have the totals in front of me, but when I did it, I noticed. I think it was, if I can remember all the matches from Extreme Rules, I believe it was one of the ones that we had a hard time picking.
It doesn't matter. Give us a guesstimate. You made such a big deal for this in the beginning. Give us a guesstimate. Numbers.
I think I'm like at 76, you at 75.
You said one apart. That would make sense. So none of us have gotten to the good old hundo yet. Which is crazy because it's a pay-per-view every 2 weeks. So, well, perhaps we pick against Vince. So, all right. Speaking of picking against Vince, well, it's a Big Four pay-per-view, and they must realize it's a Big Four pay-per-view, Darnell, because they have. If you want to count Randy, they got 5 legends on the card. 6 if you want to really, really, really be a wrestling historian to count AJ Styles. But they got 5 legends on the card. Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Shane McMahon, Goldberg, and Trish Stratus. As of right now, let's just be honest with ourselves. Drew Gulak versus Oney Lorcan is probably going to be on the kickoff. So,
no problem. It's the kickoff.
So, as we always do, Darnell, because this is 2 heels, 2 ground and pound heels, 2 don't really know how entertaining they would be when we're waiting for SummerSlam to get started heels. Who you got?
Tell me why Lonkin and Butch haven't been on NXT. But I'm picking Drew Gulak, so I ain't even gonna waste time on that. I'm picking Drew Gulak.
God bless Orny Lorcan for getting a pay-per-view opportunity. He'll be on the kickoff show and he'll get a lot of visibility, and this is a very, very good look for him. I hope, it works out and he could benefit from it, but yeah. Oney Lorcan won a 6-pack challenge, defeating Akira Tozawa, Daivari, Jack Gallagher, Kalisto, and Tony Nese. I mean,
that's to hear them names, to be honest. Those names don't make 205 even big like that no more.
I hate to say it, I really do, because 205 Live is already a specialty product. But Darnell, how long have we seen those 5 names? The fact that there's all this talent, all these lighter guys and smaller guys not doing anything on NXT. Kushida. Why is Kushida wasting time in NXT? He's the greatest junior heavyweight wrestler ever. Are you really going to waste time basically treating him like Shinsuke Nakamura and Andrade? I mean, I don't know. It's Drew Gulak. So,
I don't got the whole card in front of me.
I do. Wait a minute. I just realized something. Holy shiznits. Darnell, it is. What? Whoa, wait a minute. There ain't no tag team matches.
There's no tag team titles on the line.
Goldberg and Trish Stratus done pushed out the damn tag teams. Well, hey, no, it's a big four pay-per-view. The kickoff show is like, you know what they're probably gonna do? They're probably gonna do like Gallows and Anderson versus Woods and Big E, just as an impromptu kickoff show match. They've been trying to do that match for like a couple of weeks, but it keeps getting rewritten out.
Why they can't wait till Survivor Series?
I mean, dude. So you're gonna have the Intercontinental title and both tag team titles not be on the show, but the Cruiserweight title is gonna be on the show.
Man, matter of fact, the Intercontinental Championship might do the same thing again with the Intercontinental Championship.
That's what I mean. Like, dude, it's a big four pay-per-view, and the world tag. These are supposed to be two of the best tag teams in the world. Like, seriously, these are supposed to be two world tag team championships. And how the hell is the United States? How the hell is the WCW United States Championship on the damn Big Four? But your mid-card title that's been around since 1968 ain't on the card right now. This is your mid-card belt. This is the one that you've had since the 60s. Like, there's a lot of singles matches right now. A lot of singles matches that, don't have any stipulations. A lot of real wrestling that you're going to have to sit through for 6 hours. And even though, Extreme Rules was a thing, that really wasn't a thing. Even though, SummerSlam was always traditionally that, wrap up the WrestleMania bow pay-per-view. I mean, dude, like, you're really going to lean on Bayley, Brock Lesnar, Natalya, Randy Orton wrestling his first significant match in forever, Shane McMahon, hoping that you don't botch a Bray Wyatt repackage, which WWE, they've been doing good so far, but I mean, dude, like.
Matter of fact, can we go ahead and put that down on the list already? We both picking
who?
Like, I'm not picking Balor.
Oh, no, because it's regular Finn Balor. Regular Finn Balor loses all the time. Regular Finn Balor can't catch a win. I don't even know what regular Finn Balor does besides smile and show off his abs on Twitter. That is definitely a loss. And on top of that, Bray Wyatt's using the mandible claw. So not only is Finn Balor, the former Intercontinental Champion, going to lose, he's going to lose by submission. Somebody has to win and somebody has to lose, but damn, Darnell. So, so it's not going to open the show. But, yeah, is there even really much to talk about with that match, Darnell?
No.
So do you think it's going to be a squash, or do you think it'll actually be like a 6-minute match?
I'll give it 6 minutes because Finn Balor is still Finn Balor.
I mean, Finn Balor went like 7 against Brock Lesnar, so.
He's going to have his moments, but it's going to get to a point it's like, you know what? I got to bring him out. Because this ain't no ordinary rivalry. It's going to be one of those.
Do you think this is the rivalry where the Demon will finally lose a match, though? Because Bray Wyatt's a former WWE champion. Likewise, the Demon was the one who won the Universal Championship. So it's going to be like the movable force, like a movable object, unstoppable force, whatever the hell the cliche is. By the way,
but I got to see how they build it.
Fair. All right, well, I mean, so because it's SummerSlam and all of these matches, So let's see. So AJ Styles versus Ricochet, regular singles match for the United States Championship. Interference could happen, but it's not going to be a huge part of the match. It's a regular match. DQs can happen. AJ Styles has champion's advantage, but.
Okay, when we did this in Extreme Rules, I couldn't pick against AJ Styles because, That's like part of my favorite wrestler of this generation is AJ Styles, so I couldn't pick against him. This one, however, now I'm looking at it. Yeah, the OC are the tag team champions, but does AJ Styles really need to carry that United States Championship? Because at some point, Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar going to have to stop fighting each other.
Yes, God.
Somebody got to be next in line.
Jesus, yes.
Right now, Braun Strowman ain't doing nothing noteworthy. I haven't really heard from Bobby Lashley since he lost
hurt.
that last match.
He's injured.
We ain't going to get into a guy who I defended. We're just going to keep him out of it for right now. So who's left to challenge for the Universal Championship?
That one guy.
AJ Styles is only like probably the longest reigning WWE champion in the modern era.
This is true.
When he first came over, he jumped right into the Universal title match. That was just to help Seth Rollins out. But then you put Becky Lynch into the storyline, and then, you know, Dallas already said what? We need somebody to challenge for the Universal title. At the same time, it's still AJ Styles. So I'm torn. I'm going to go Ricochet.
I'm going to go Ricochet just because I'm tired of Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. I hope. Because, dude, if Undisputed Era does the sweep, and if Kofi Kingston defends, because Big E wasn't even defending their championships, it's going to look really weird for every stable to have world champions and tag team champions, and the club has mid-card champion, tag team champions. I don't want to. I'm tired of Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. This is like the Rocky franchise, but not good. I mean, this is barely Rocky 6. This is bad. This I'm tired of it. Make it stop. Yeah, Ricochet. I hope Ricochet wins and frees up AJ Styles.
All right, then moving on real quickly. I'm pretty sure Dallas is gonna be with me, and I'm picking Aleister Black to beat Sami Zayn.
No, they already did that match on SmackDown.
Could they do a rematch?
It would be on the kickoff show. So I think they really did that though on purpose to get that match off because it's going to be a long show.
7:00.
They did that on purpose. But if for whatever reason they did do a quick like squash rematch, it would be Aleister Black. Getting something out the way real quick. I mean, there's no way in hell that Goldberg is losing to Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is Sami Zayn that's won belts.
Matter of fact, I want to have some fun with this one. Over or under 10 minutes?
Under.
You going under?
Under. God, even Dolph Ziggler can't get a 10-minute match out of Goldberg. Not this Goldberg. 10 minutes. You have some high standard. 10 minutes.
I mean, I'm getting credit to Dolph Ziggler, you know. Dolph Ziggler is I know he's going to hate hearing this, but he is like Shawn Michaels 2.0.
I mean, dude, I think it was Kevin Nash. Somebody told him, a legend told him he needs to stop selling so well. They told him a long time ago to stop selling so well. Because shit like this happens.
So, it might be 2 minutes according to you then.
Oh, it's going to be squash. Like,
it's going to take like that one spear swing to bear ring, and that's it.
I mean, it might be like a spear and a jackhammer. Ziggler is only 212 pounds, so it'll be an easier jackhammer than the one that he had to do against the 280-pound Undertaker. So there's that. Bayley versus Ember Moon. Now this is where a little bit of TV can be integrated. Darnell, what the hell?
Okay, I know It happened on SmackDown. That might be the problem. But they are really trying to build Natalia.
There are so many people who are, Mickie James has not had a match in forever. Carmella hasn't had Carmella, Mickie James, Liv Morgan. Like, there are so many people who haven't been on TV that Natalia could have did that to. You're going to have her do it to the person that has a title match the same night as Natalia? Then, after Bayley gives her a Bayley the belly, like last week, to let her know that, you know, all's fair in war, Bayley's the one to come out and help her. Why are you helping your challenger when they're getting sharpshooter to hell? It's an easy match for you. You're the one that hurt her back last week. Like, they were doing so good. And then to find out that for the past 2 weeks, Vince McMahon has been like ripping up scripts and drafts and rewriting shows hours before, it makes you think to yourself, like, my God. So what was Ember supposed to be doing before the rewrite? Was she supposed to be doing anything before the rewrite? Why the hell was Natalia even in the building? It's SmackDown. The only justification that you can give is in the previous script, somebody's dumbass didn't have the contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship on the show before the pay-per-view because they were all worried about hyping up Becky Lynch's match on the wrong damn show. And Vince said, you idiot. Now I have to figure out a way, because Natalia's already in the damn building and she done made the damn show, to have Natalia on the show and Ember on the show. And then I have less of an hour to work with. So somebody's dumbass was a dumbass, either Vince's dumbass or the writer's dumbass, who forgot to put Ember on the show or forgot to remember, wait a minute, she's the SmackDown contender. Because they did the double count out, Darnell. They tried. Because as soon as that match was announced, I was thinking to myself, how in the hell? Who in the hell? And it would be one thing if they were brawling and just brawled to a count out. Natalia held the sharpshooter in while the referee was counting to 10. The last SmackDown before Ember Moon fights for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The Raw number one contender humiliated the SmackDown number one contender, and the SmackDown champion had to come out to save the number one contender. And then Natalia shoved the SmackDown champion. She literally showed, I'm just here. I'm just here, and I'm just that much better. Darnell, in 2004 or 2005, a person from Raw would never walk into SmackDown and do that. They might walk into SmackDown, but they wouldn't walk out.
I think I said this when they first did this storyline. I said, haven't we seen this before? They building Natalia.
They're building Natalia.
I'm gonna get into my thoughts of why they're doing the way they're doing it when we get to that match. But I want to pick Ember Moon, but all that happened is like, how can I not pick Bayley now? How can I not pick her?
It's almost as if they're trying to give the excuse of why Ember Moon can't win before the fans start complaining.
We've been complaining.
I know. It's like, dude, that's going to make us complain more. What the hell? Like, who's reading the damn tweets?
I got to go Bayley.
So, a women's championship match. This match will probably come on after the first women's championship match. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, where if Kevin Owens loses, he will be forced to quit WWE. My goodness.
Stop it right now. Stop it right there. I'm picking Kevin Owens.
My God. Like, dude, really?
What they had on SmackDown told me to pick Kevin Owens. If Shane would have put his career on the line, I would have said Shane. But Shane didn't do it. That tells me Kevin Owens is going to still be employed.
I mean, it's not just that, dude. They passed down the stunner to Kevin Owens. I don't think that Vince McMahon and the SmackDown writing team know how to pull off a Stone Cold-like angle in this era. I don't know if they know how to pull off the Kevin Owens lost his job and he's just going to keep trying. You remember when Kevin Owens quit for like a week? You remember when like he sat in a chair in the middle of the ring and quit? Then
he lost to Seth Rollins that night.
He lost to Seth Rollins, quit, and I think he helped Sami Zayn the next week. Like, they just completely just scrapped it. They don't know how to do a Stone Cold, F you, I'm not showing up to work, I'm showing up to ruin the show. They don't know how to do a Stone Cold, I'm here at Stanford, you know, like, they don't know how to do that in 2019. It's Kevin Owens. How many more big wins are they really going to give Shane McMahon? I keep asking this, Star. What the hell is the payoff with Shane McMahon? What are we supposed to be getting here? Drew McIntyre, whatever momentum he had, has gone to the wayside for Shane McMahon. Elias is over here calling people short because he's basically a lackey. They don't know what to do with him besides a guitar stick. So they put him in Shane McMahon. The Revival, ever since they lost their titles, they haven't been with Shane McMahon.
They haven't been seen.
Jesus. Like, dude, like, what? Shane McMahon can't win this match. You can't. The Roman Reigns thing, while bad and horrendous, is one thing. Having a guy who's actually popular as a babyface right now, which is few and far between for this promotion, losing basically a I'll get fired match to Shane McMahon, dude, it has to be Kevin Owens. Because I damn sure don't want to see Shane McMahon as WWE champion one day. So it has to be Kevin Owens.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard me for the past 2 weeks. It might affect your love for a certain woman. But it comes an important time when you're not being involved. You have to use your head to do the right thing.
Your top head.
This is back in the WWE ring, and she's in her home country of Toronto, Canada.
And she's the babyface.
But I must pick the queen. And I'm going to tell you, Trish Stratus said the line that confirmed me picking the queen. She said the line. Every time, and that you probably can go back to a many examples when people said this line and they end up losing that match. She said, to beat a woman, you got to beat the woman.
Oh, you're going with that line. I thought you were going for you're the embodiment of everything that I fought for.
No, that's the line I was going. I'm like, oh, she said the line. Yep, that means this is a passing of the choice right here.
When you heard that Alexa Bliss was not the one in this match, how could you possibly think Charlotte was not going to win? Not talking to you, Darnell, just talking to people. Dude, Alexa Bliss was supposed to get this match at Evolution. For whatever reason, even though Alexa Bliss, hey, she, clap for her. She got to win a tag team championship, so it's not like all is lost. But I mean, dude, like, come on. Charlotte beats the record, then gets cashed in on. Like, they literally just gave her the record just to give her the record. And now when the first opportunity arose, she gets a match with Trish Stratus, the person whose record that she broke. Come on now. Like, come on. Like, guys, unless you're trying to pay off the mortgage, don't bet on Trish Stratus. Let's see here. What it is. That match. Oh, hey. Okay, now we're getting to like the upper card. Now you know this is when you actually turn on the TV at 11:30 at night if it's boxing, Darnell. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. This is actually tricky.
Tricky ain't a word.
What is the word? No.
Damn right.
That's 2 words.
I can't think of one right now.
Okay.
It's torturing for a person like me.
Go on.
Randy Orton. As JBL would eloquently state every time he was on SmackDown. If you was to build a WWE superstar from scratch, it would look like Randy Orton.
I mean, he was a sports entertainer, the same difference.
What hasn't this man haven't done?
Hasn't this man have it?
13-time champion, 2-time World Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, and cashed in successfully. Part of one of the greatest factions in WWE and Evolution. Intercontinental champion, United States champion. Matter of fact, he's a Grand Slam champion.
He is.
Kofi Kingston had to wait 11 years to finally get a single WWE championship match, and he successfully cotched it. But he goes already back to 2009 and say Randy Orton is the reason why he had to wait so long. Now 10 years later, Kofi Kingston the champion. He chose Randy Orton to be his opponent. Now, if I can put the SmackDown Women's Champion involved in this, usually when a champion picks their own opponent, that usually doesn't bode well for them, right? That was one of the reasons why I was going to pick Ember Moon, but everything else happened, so I had to switch. This one, however, my goodness. Dallas usually say when you win a title at WrestleMania, most likely your first chance of losing it should be at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi Kingston won it at WrestleMania. We're at SummerSlam.
Yep.
So by my count, there's already 2 reasons why I should pick Randy Orton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knew they got all the gold. The tag team champions ain't been defending at SummerSlam.
Mm-mm.
So that makes you think, would they really do Kofi Kingston like that?
Mm-hmm.
Where I'll let his brother keep the tag team championships? You see the torture in it now?
Well, I mean, if Kofi were to lose, I mean, they're not just going to let him be beltless. He'd probably get, commissioned as a third of the tag team champions. Just right now, he's WWE champion. So why make him a double? Similar to Adam Cole, Undisputed Era. Way back when. Like how he counts as a Triple Crown champion, but technically he isn't a Triple Crown champion because they took the reign away. Then gave it back. But, your point's valid. I mean, see, your problem is, though, you're using sense and logic. Like, that's all the more reason why you should pick Kofi, because it makes sense for Kofi to lose.
And that's where I was going to go. Despite Randy Orton, and everybody was like, I love the RKO. Randy Orton's one of the greatest of all time. First ballot Hall of Fame. But I gotta pick Kofi.
If Randy were to win, it makes you wonder who is he supposed to lose it to. And I don't think Kofi Kingston's going to be stat padding in this era. I think that once this reign is over, this is probably his reign. This is probably King Booker's world heavyweight title, almost a decade after he had lost his last WCW. That's the crazy thing. Let's see, the Alliance era was 2000. So 5 to 6 years after Booker T lost the WCW title for the last time, he won his first world title in WWE. Kofi waited 11 years to win his first world title. I think this is it.
So this is the, I want to call this is the Hall of Fame run right here.
Oh yeah, this is what gets Kofi in. Kofi might go in twice. This is what's going to get Kofi in at least once, though. This is it. Coco Beware got in. Kofi has to get in. Mark Henry got in. Kofi has to get in. Wait a minute. Let me think. Kofi is a Grand Slam champion. Oh, yeah. He's definitely getting in. Twice. So, yeah, like, this is the one. This is it. And when it's over, it's going to be over. So, like, Randy Orton, a guy who's, at the tail end of his career, a guy who might be trying to do, like, all those world champion dates in response to I don't know. I'm going Kofi. So, there's a submission
match. The funny thing is, I've seen this before. Will they actually do this again? Do you know Vince? He don't mind doing something again. He did this before with Natalya. I don't know where you get the opportunity at the title. At SummerSlam. Just so happened to be in Toronto, Canada. Problem is, and part of what Dallas is going to go more into, it's Becky Lynch you're going against. So are they doing this to put Natalya over? Or are they doing this to finally give Becky Lynch some legit competition? I'm going to go with the latter. Becky Lynch getting some more competition. But it wouldn't surprise me if they pull this trigger again. I'm telling you now, Dallas, it won't surprise me.
Well, Natalya is not winning that match. Natalya is not tapping out Becky Lynch. Like, if Natalya tapped out Becky Lynch, you would basically be undoing your pick from NXT TakeOver, because why the hell would they go straight into a heel member of the Hart family versus the Queen of Spades? A, they're both bad guys. B, the person who won the main event of WrestleMania and was just announced as a cover athlete has lost a championship. No automatic rematches. Phooey, blasphemy. Everybody's gotten a damn rematch in this era. There is no way Becky Lynch is just walking around beltless. Like, she is the top guy right now. Everything relates back to Becky Lynch right now. Nothing relates back to Seth Rollins. Nothing relates back to Roman Reigns. Nothing relates back to Brock Lesnar. Everything relates back to Becky Lynch. The guy fighting for the Universal Championship is Becky Lynch's boyfriend. Roman Reigns is sharing the cover with Becky Lynch. Charlotte is trying to prove that she is better than Becky Lynch. Bayley is friends with Becky Lynch. And right now, she is the secondary champion too. She's not. And if she does win the match, then the big Raw, where they want to surprise everybody, Becky's just going to tap her out super quick and win it back.
Now, I got a question, though. Because you talking about finding that Stone Cold type era thing. What if neither one of them? What if one of them just pass out and doesn't submit?
That's going to be Natalya. I mean, because that's what they did way back when. But the problem is what I just said. Like, okay, say Becky Lynch loses because she doesn't taps out, but she passes out, because they're really building up the sharpshooter as a finisher. They're making the sharpshooter seem like a really, really devastating finisher. So
what happened with Stone Cold when he didn't tap out? What move was he in?
Yes, Darnell, he was in the sharpshooter. So, I mean, even if they went that route, you're talking about Becky Lynch having somebody to feud with in the long term, and them trying to finally like figure out in 2019 what the hell and how to use Natalya. That being said, bro, Natalya is not winning this match. You want to know why? Again, Darnell,
I'm not picking it. I'm just throwing a possibility out there.
That's the thing. It's a logical possibility. It's a possibility that makes sense. It's a possibility they probably should go with, which is why we know it's definitely not happening. They'll call Dolph Ziggler who is nothing like Shawn Michaels except for his in-ring style and character. He's nowhere close to Shawn Michaels. They'll call him Shawn Michaels 2.0 and give him Sweet Chin Music. Kevin Owens, nowhere in the same atmosphere as Stone Cold. They'll give him the Stunner and the old me versus a McMahon gimmick. But Natalya being an actual member of the Hart family, being an actual graduate of the dungeon, using the sharpshooter as her finisher for ages now, Becky Lynch being the closest thing to Stone Cold that we've had, it won't do it. It makes too much sense. They'll give it to the people where it makes absolutely no sense and makes you scratch your head. They'll put Charlotte in the match with Trish Stratus when Alexa Bliss was definitely like the next Trish Stratus. But the thing that actually makes sense, Darnell, nope, they won't do it. It makes too much sense. It's too logical.
And even then, it should be Mandy Rose. It should be the next Trish Stratus, not Alexa Bliss.
I would take that argument. I probably agree with that.
But I'm done. And then there was one match to go. Go ahead, Dallas.
I don't want
to. Universal Championship, round 3. Brock Lesnar, the champion, versus Seth Rollins.
Make it stop. Please, God, make it stop.
My question is, did they put the title on Brock Lesnar for a month? Put it back on Seth Rollins. Did they realize what you've been saying when they brought Becky Lynch into the storyline and realize, yeah, this is not working? Or is Vince being choked by Brock Lesnar and now we have to deal with another super long reign of Brock Lesnar?
Seth Rollins said he was going to win the title.
He guaranteed it. He didn't say he was going to. He guaranteed it.
That is the most tired tone ever. I haven't heard a tone that flat since the last time I talked to my mama. Seth Rollins is tired.
Sound like Brock.
If Seth Rollins wins, he has to also beat Brock Lesnar in some kind of rematch. Because, dude, the next pay-per-view is not the champions. No way in hell they're going to go with some untested dude to go against Seth Rollins at Night of Champions. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do a build-up feud for that. They're going to wait for the October show. Because who knows what the hell even is the October show? So, Seth Rollins to beat Brock Lesnar in a rematch, and I just don't know if they want to do that. I don't know if they want to make that call. I don't know if Brock Lesnar is going to let them make that call. I mean, damn, I lost the belt to him at WrestleMania. I lost the belt to him at SummerSlam. I sold the Money in the Bank contract. It was on TV. I am not losing 2 matches back to back. No.
He's picking Brock.
Who you gonna pick?
You know what? I'm picking Brock because not the reason that you said, but those 2 weeks were no normal beatdowns. Then the Seth Rollins probably, if they had an extra week before SummerSlam, Seth Rollins probably won't be breathing.
Then you guys have to get on Raw.
Like I said, if they had one more week, he probably won't be breathing. I gotta pick Brock.
Have we ever seen a main eventer just get completely ruined and they legitimately did not mean to ruin him? The Dolph Ziggler thing was injury. Because, his first title reign, it was a thing with Vicky Guerrero and the Edge thing. And that's kind of sort of being the sneaky, conniving, small pipsqueak heel. That makes sense. To be fair, Dolph Ziggler, the whole show was about him. He opened up world champion. He was in the main event as a world champion. He lost a belt, but let's be honest. That's probably the only way Dolph Ziggler was going to get a belt. Then the second time when he cashed in on Alberto Del Rio, he had a huge pop. Everybody wanted him to win. But, you know, he got hurt by Jack Swagger that SmackDown, got concussed after he got thrown into the railing, and it kind of messed everything up. They put him in an angle with the women's champion on the basis that that is his girlfriend in real life. And they thought that was going to work. They put him in a feud with a guy dressed as a waiter for like 6 straight matches. And they thought that was going to work. They had him lose to Brock Lesnar convincingly after getting cashed in on. After winning a match where his girlfriend could have lost his title. And they thought it was going to work. Now they've had him get his ass just handed to him every week. And they thought that was going to work. How do we get from 2014 to now? What happened? One is an AEW. One is getting attacked by the member of the Wyatt family that nobody even liked. And one is just, what happened?
I don't prepare to see Daniel Bryan or Eric Rowan at SummerSlam. If I do, they can run in the Roman Reigns.
That might be an impromptu match during the show, but I mean, why would they do that? Why not just let it build on TV? What? I don't like that.
That's why I said I don't think we're gonna see Daniel Bryan or Eric Rowan at SummerSlam.
Dude, I don't like that. I don't like how the last thing we see before the pay-per-view is something that's clearly not going to end at the pay-per-view. Like, bro, this is the last main roster TV show before SummerSlam. We're not counting 205 Live. This is the last main roster show before SummerSlam. We're going to end with something that's clearly not even going to be on the damn show.
Well, maybe we're trying to get our message from Daniel Bryan now.
Possibly. He didn't look that surprised. I mean, I was waiting for him to look at Rowan in shock, and he never did. So maybe he was just shocked that he got found out so quickly, or that Buddy Murphy snitched. Maybe he was figuring out how to get Buddy Murphy back for snitching. You know, snitches get stitches, don't know.
Anyway, that's the Big 4 weekend TakeOver and SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, we did not disagree on SummerSlam.
That goes to show. Main roster versus NXT, it's a never-ending struggle. Well,
NXT can prove who's gonna come out on top on this one.
Yeah, I mean NXT. I think we usually say this, but dude, I say this in all seriousness. NXT can win this weekend, and the sad is, but bro, I really mean it this time. I used to be trolling, like, dude.
Oh, I've been serious.
Well, you know that's you. But dude, like, NXT could win the weekend by basically reusing last pay-per-view's card. The only difference is Candice LeRae and Io Shirai. And even then, I don't think that's different. Didn't they have a cage match? No. Wait, she turned in the cage match. So they're basically reusing the last pay-per-view's card. And they might win the weekend against a damn SummerSlam. That would be Jesus. That's very, very good and very, very bad. But, you know, don't really have a monologue. You know, just trying to figure out what happened between 2014 and now with the Shield. NFL preseason started this week. Team is doing well, except for you, Nashville. Fuck you and fuck the Tennessee Titans.